Welcome again to the creative world of Adoor Gopalakrishnan. I saw Elipatayam, translated as Rat Trap from Malayalam, the third film of Adoor in Delhi. I was shocked as a Keralite. Having born and brought up from that milieu in 60s and 70s, since I knew Many and Unni, the lead character of the film, in my own growing up years. 60s and 70s, Kerala went through intense social and political upheavals following the Communist Party coming to power in 1957 and land reforms ensuring all citizens had a piece of land to themselves, thus giving a deadly blow to the feudal system of landowning and economy. And I saw people getting caught in changes, not knowing how to cope up with changing times. Elipatayam is about such a household and its headman Karnavar Unni. Like a rat, he is trapped in a cage of the feudal mindset and he needs to be given a shock treatment to cope up with the changing reality in his own life as well as society, or simply perish. In a rare filmy craft of intertwining the person, his situations, and the household rodent's plight with its feudal ambience of the old house whose doors creak like a rat trap, colors in sepia, accompanied by a haunting theme music, Adoor created a magical world, making him film author of world standing.
And coming to Elipatayam, I think that's the first time we were talking about music. The theme music which you introduced in there, it's stayed, to be named, because you had a theme music. It is not adding to anything, but that itself is a statement. The title itself, it shows. Yeah. How did you arrange? Because lack of music, earlier the sparingly music, there you're making a statement along with.
While doing this Elipatayam thing, we had a lot of discussion about what music should be there, etc. And then he used to play it on harmonium and then make me listen to that. And after so much discussion, we finalized on something. And we went and recorded the whole music. But I was somehow unhappy. I told him, look, MBS, I'm not happy with the music. He was also very upset. So what shall we do? He asked me. I said, let me think about it. I'm really worried about it. But I'm not happy. And I'm not happy about something, I cannot leave it like that. So let us sleep it over. And the night I woke up with this music. And I did not go back to sleep because if I go back to sleep, I may miss it. So kept awake for it until the morning. And as soon as there was morning light on, I just called him. I said, I have the music. So then I explained to him in my very crude way what I am expecting, what I want to do. And that is it. We did it. One condition was, it's like something dropping. And then it doesn't, it's like an unfinished sentence. It comes to its fruition only towards the end of the film. At the end, when he is emerging from the water and stands there, we play that music, full course. Otherwise, it is falling. That is the theme of the music. And maybe after recording said, he used to call me Gopal. Gopal, nobody can hum our music.
That was very haunting. Yes. First time I saw it, I could recollect it for years. For my recollection of Elipatayam is the music, the way it emerges. So it's very distinct.
Also, there is another kind of music used in those sequences where the rat is being trapped and taken out for immersion in the water. There I have used music that again we have done a lot of research together. There are only two or three instruments used in that sequence. There is the drone of the tambura, and there is the chelanga, the anglets. So it is sounded. See, actually, what we did was he was all game, for these experiments. So we played it at the normal level, and then on a tape recorder, we played it at slow speed. What is soft and nice, it will go like that. The sound is completely manipulated. No instrument can produce those sounds. And if you try to do it, I wanted to create an eerie feeling.
Yeah, that is exactly
yes, an eerie feeling. Yes. And this is used in the three areas.
Okay.
Actually, because there is an equation between the people who live there in that old house, the traditional old house, and the rats who have
Also,
taken over the house.
yes.
That is why they are like trapped there like the rats.
And that is the most interesting because when you begin the film, this first sequence itself, we show all his motifs, and then the house. It's almost like the house itself is a rat trap.
When the film opens, you have several objects shown. Actually, they give a glimpse of the life lived there in the past, the real feudal past. It is no more there. Because feudalism is all in the past. Only this man has imbibed certain characteristics of that. And his psyche is highly influenced by that. And also, he is in a pathetic condition where the feudal system, it is supported by the landed properties. And once this is partitioned again, then he cannot be living this life.
Yes. That's why he refuses to.
That's why he refuses. Or rather, pretends that nothing in a situation like that exists. But then the elder sister comes and reminds him of that. That you have to partition, you have to give a share, etc. Also, this film is about sharing also. No, it's not only the property. This man is not sharing any feelings.
Yes.
Not his concern, no love, no fears, no other desires that he has. He's not sharing it. So it's about asking a question about what does it mean to be a person in a society, in a family. What does it mean? Here he is himself and his three sisters.
Yes.
Two is anyway living outside. There are these two other sisters. One is completely
Indebted.
almost like a slave. She thinks that is her duty. That's a tragedy of it. And the youngest one, having a contact with the rest of the world, he escapes into. Finally, runs away from there. Finally, runs from there. But the other one is doomed. And when she is also gone, he is completely lost.
So this is your first color film.
Yes.
The use of color, the characters, dresses. Then the house itself is a character.
Very much. All these three people and plus the elder sister, they are four people. I gave them each, the best we could do, especially with women was, with men also, their upper clothes. So the eldest one, who is very earthy and practical and almost ruthless, she is given predominantly the color green. And the youngest one is again she is the rebel, she is the young and all that. She is given red. And the middle one, who is wearing blue, shades of blue. Blue is the color of sky. It also means doom. It also means grief. This color is given to her. So after this man also has to be given a color. So he is given color white. It is not just white. It has vertical stripes on it. Vertical stripes means restlessness. In terms of perception, it is restlessness. So in these characters, the women characters, you mix those three colors, blue, red and green, you get color white. It's given to him with these stripes. So that's how I used the color. And then this whole drama is played against the background of the grey of the house.
Yes.
And also I have used the use of sound, I may like to mention, because when the rat trap opens, you hear a sound.
Creaking sound.
I use the same sound for the doors opening in the house.
Yes.
Before Swayamvaram, Malayalam cinema had, I am not talking about other sound pictures. Malayalam cinema had only two types of sounds. One was the dialogue, other was the background score. And background score doesn't give any space for any other sound.
Yes.
If right from the first frame to the last frame, there is background playing. But the sound also, if somebody opens a door, the car door and closes it, it may be heard. Other than that, there was no other sound heard in any of these films. You see any of the films before Swayamvaram. That's why Ravivarma wrote Swayamvaram Suno. There was a Kerala over the article he wrote at that time.
So the characterization, the first was struggling with reality. Second was evolution as a person. Third is that he refuses to accept realities. And in fact, at the end, you are pushing him to reality.
Watching Elpathayam, you realize there is a society outside.
Yes.
It's on the brim.
Yes.
Just on the other side, they are there.
Yes.
You have to open the door to them and they come in.
Yes.
That's what happens when this Rajama, his sister, was ill.
Yes.
The woman who brings milk to the house, and also that woman who was trying to kind of entice the man.
Yeah.
They are turned real people with so much sympathy and care for them. So they are already there. But when at the time when this man refuses to be, to undergo a change, he needs a shock treatment.
Yes.
That's what happens at the end. They chase him around, catch him, and they throw them for him into a pond. The same pond in which we had all the rats drowned. He gets a physical treatment. That's what he needs. The emotional wise, intellectual wise changes did not affect him. In fact,
You need a shock
he
treatment.
needed real shock, physical treatment, physical shock,
Yes.
and he emerges from that at the end, so that he doesn't succumb to it.
Yeah.
He emerges from it so that he has a chance to make use of the experience that he has gone through.
Yeah. All the first three films,
Yes.
you are ending. You come out with a very strong statements. First is Sita saying, determined to face her reality.
Yes.
Second is his realization.
Yes.
Here, he's given a shock treatment and you want him to emerge.
Yes.
You are hoping that he will emerge
Yes,
colorfully.
a new person.
Yes.
Because throughout the film, he has been refusing to have a bath
Yes.
unless it is the water is boiled to a particular degree of heat. He was not prepared to take his bath because after applying oil all over his body, he must have his hot water bath in the night. And whoever is sick, whoever is bedridden, he doesn't care. He has to have it done. The elder sister says, get lost.
You can do it.
You can do it yourself. Why don't you do it? This slowly, that I am working on that, and that now he gets real experience of being thrown into the water,
Cold
and
water.
at the dead of the night into the cold water.
Is it all these experiences which forced you to?
No, I have gone through. Yes, that is true. In a way, it is true.
Yeah.
See, Manarda, after he watched this film in Calcutta, he just held my hands and said, "Did you go through such terrible experience in your life?" And I asked him, "How do you know Manarda?" Then he said, "I can see it in the film."
Yeah. You can feel that.
It's a fantastic comment. It's a fantastic comment coming from such a master filmmaker. So I told him, yes, you are right. I have gone through terrible experiences in life. We are very, very close friends, bosom friends, turning enemies
Yes.
and treacherous. That I couldn't take, in fact. And I was very upset and I was down and out for some time.
So that comes to one question about the producer, Ravi, because his contribution, I think many people are not acknowledged. He almost patronized you and Aravindan almost 10 years.
He was anyway making money in business. So he got interested in good cinema because he had good taste, of course.
Yes, sir.
That was the basic thing.
Yeah, till then he was called Achani Devi.
Yes.
I think after that he has become Yellow Pictures.
Yellow Pictures. Achani is forgotten.
Forgotten.
Because Achani made so much money. It was a remake of a Malayalam Tamil film.
Okay.
One day, Mr. Ravi called me on the phone. Then he asked me, I'm sending you the car. Can you come down to Kollam? I said yes. So after an hour and a half or so, car was here, and I went to see him. So we talked about it, and I said yes, I can. And the script of Elpathayam was done in less than a month from that day. I have some trusted friend working with me. So I just keep on dictating. And the first draft of my films are all written by my friends. Meera Sahib was at that time posted in Malappuram. So I went to Malappuram. 10-15 days. We finished it. Everything came like that because of the intensity of the
experience and
experiences.
the luck
Yes.
which,
Mr. Ravi came as a big boon.
the savior
Yes,
of the
real.
situation.
And I made 4 films for him. He was one producer who wouldn't intervene in anything. We'll tell him what it is about. He doesn't ask, but then I have to tell him. I knew that because I had to tell him because he should know what I'm doing.
Yes.
Otherwise, he will never insist on. He doesn't even come to the location where we are shooting. Also, there is no fixed budgets, no conditions given. So, once you are given that kind of freedom, you become more and more responsible.
Yes.
Somebody trusts you with the money, and somebody believes that you can do a film. I had to honor that. And as soon as a film was made, there will come a message. When are we starting the next? I said, I cannot start the next immediately. I have to think about it, and also I cannot be living on somebody's mercy.
Mercy or charity.
Charity. So my film should bring back its investment.
Yeah, that remains.
Then only I will do another film.
Yes.
Also, there are small producers coming to me to make a film. I asked the first question. I asked them, "Can you afford to lose all this money?" I cannot give you any guarantee about getting back the money or getting your so-called awards and things like that. You should be prepared. Only when you are prepared to spend this money without any returns, come to me. Otherwise, don't. Otherwise, don't. And a couple of people came and they listened to me and then they ran away. I don't want to see anybody becoming bankrupt because of me. I have lived a very honest life in my life. I don't want to be responsible for somebody going bankrupt. I know another story about Ray. Somebody asked him, why don't you make a big budget film and make a lot of money? He said, I have all the money I need. You see, all the 3 great films before me, Khatak, who was absolutely a fantastic filmmaker, he was my teacher. And Satyajit Ray, he was like my teacher, not teacher, never. But somebody who liked my work, and then Bernarda, he was like an elder brother to me. He was so concerned about what I am doing and all that. When Elipatayam did not get the national award for the best film, he wrote to the minister, an open letter to the minister, and gave it to the press.
Most of your films were released in theaters and
Always. Not most of.
Yeah. All
Every film. Every film. I gave the audience a chance to see it. If they didn't use it, it's not my fault.
But I am told most of the producers, including Chitralaya Cooperative, got the investment back.
Not only investment back, huge amounts of money came up by profit. Any of that money I did not share with. I got some nominal payment, nominal payment for survival, that's all. And most of my films did well at the box office. Not super hits.
Yes.
But the first 2 films are super hits, really. Yes.
Swayamvaram and Kodiyattam.
Yes, super hits. It doesn't make any sense when I make a film and it doesn't go to the audience. It doesn't make sense. So it's very important for me to have seen by the audience.
Elipatayam is a film on people caught in time wrap in a fast-changing society. The lead character Unni refuses to accept the reality of change and tries to find solace in his old habits and old world. But time is a cruel interceptor who does not wait for anyone, and Unni is given a shock treatment by the family as well as society around him. Adoor makes a strong statement about the plight of the lead character and also ends the film with a positive note of emergence, deliverance in time itself. As usual, he is not giving a definite solution to any issues he raised. Elipatayam is Adoor's first color film, and his use of color for each of his characters and the house and its sepia surroundings to buttress the situations in the film will remain a study material for the film students across the world. So will be the introduction of theme music, the first in his character, which he continued in other films as his trademark style. Those who appreciate Adoor's films is engaged in a debate for years that Elipatayam is indeed his classic, his best film. With Thomas Elia, the Cuban filmmaker, on a visit to India, terming it as a classic, and the British Film Institute describing him and the film as the most original and imaginative film, no one must have a doubt that indeed Elipatayam is his best film, which gave him a place in the history of global meaningful films. Adoor is also the only other Indian filmmaker to receive the Sutherland Trophy instituted by British Film Institute in 1858, just as Satyajit Ray. A word about the film producer is a must. General Pictures Ravindran Nair, was a cashew exporter and a producer of films with family themes till he produced Elipatayam. With Elipatayam and its honors, Ravi was renamed as General Pictures Ravi, discarding his previous suffix Achani Ravi. Ravi produced 4 of best films of Adoor during his peak of creative years. Adoor and his films was indeed not just a lonely act of an author, but a product of a society willing to be connoisseurs of meaningful films. A producer like Ravi, General Pictures Ravi, backed him up for 4 to 5 films, while the Kerala audiences went to the theatres to see each of his films. Thank you for watching.